Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on So Many Books, So Little Time from Diamond Art Club. It is a square diamond painting. It is 22 by 43 inches or 56 by 109. And today I think I want to use the wax that I made. I made this for hockey wax for Mason's hockey stick. And then I was like, hey, I'm gonna try and use it. This is just like a sample. I got him to take one home. I tried 3 different recipes. So we'll see how it works for diamond painting now. And this one smells like oatmeal and honey. So we're gonna start with A up here. And we'll go from there. Oh, I hope you can't hear my washer in the background, washer and dryer. Today's laundry day. And I was thinking this morning how different it is, right? Because I remember when the kids were growing up, what day wasn't laundry day? Like seriously, what day wasn't laundry day? Like you just had laundry every day. Every day was a laundry day. Now on this side, I just left the pink just because I think I'd have to formulate the wax a little differently. Somehow maybe make it a little softer. I don't know. Like I said, I made this for hockey wax because they like to wax their stick, like the, where is that thing? On the tape, because they find that the hockey puck sticks to their stick if they have wax on it. So we had bought him some last year and he was like, oh, this stuff smells so good. This was just like last week. And I was like, hey, that's wax. Like I can do this. So of course I came home and I started trying different combos. I think I tried 3 different combos. Now Dave is going on the ice on Sunday, and what we're gonna do, he's gonna retape his stick and then we're gonna put 1, 2, 3 on it. And I already gave one to Mason, so what I'll do is I'll make another one of those, whatever number it is. I think it was number 2. And Dave will put it on 3 different spots on his stick. And then we'll see how it performs between the 3. Because I bought little metal tins. And I'm so sad, but I had to buy new silicone, which round pucky things, because I measured this. I looked at their measurements of what they said that the metal thing is. It doesn't even come close. So somebody was wrong. Probably me. But I was pretty sure I had doubled checked that it wasn't like almost 3 inches. And these are almost 3 inches wide. And I'm like, I was pretty sure I had checked for 2.5. Because 2.5, then it would have a 1/2 inch wiggle room, so which makes it so it comes out, fairly easy. So what I'm gonna do, is once we find a good recipe, I'm going to make them for all his teammates for Christmas. And I have a laser printer and I have things to make stickers, for the top. And I'll just, we'll put hockey wax and maybe I'll put their name and number on the sticker or something. So then they'll know that it's theirs, and then Mason can give it to his little teammates, the week before Christmas or something. And I think his other team is having a tournament on December 27th. So there's a few of the kids that are on both teams, but that just means that they'll get 2. I'll try to write down what flavor they got. And maybe I'll do everybody the same flavor. I don't know. And then I'll just do a different flavor for the other team. So that means I have to order more tins because I only got 20 tins and there's 15 on his team right now. And there's 10 on his other team, 11. So I'll have to order another set. I was hoping to find like cheaper ones. It ends up being like $1 a tin. And I think, you know, because of the size, that's pretty much, I mean, if I was placing an order for soap stuff, I could probably get it for 75 cents each tin instead of $1 or something. Oops, sorry, I hit the tripod. But I don't need anything. I don't need to order anything. And I was hoping to not have to order anything until these crazy prices drop because, oh my goodness, everything went up like not double, but pretty darn close. That's just crazy. Crazy, crazy pants. So I'm like, you know what? I was gonna start making soaps and stuff, and I was kind of worried about, you know, the shipping price for everybody. But then I looked, and a lot of places where I order my soap stuff from, you know, before if I bought $200, I would get free shipping. No longer, and the shipping is like $50, $60 now. It's like, holy, that affects. And then if everything went up, for example, one product is called SCI, and it's to use to make shampoo bars. And for a 1 kilogram bag, which is like 2.2 pounds, it used to be $18. And that's just one component that needs to go in the shampoo bars. You know, there's like 15 ingredients. It went from $18.80 or something to $28 for a 1 kilogram. Like to make bath bombs, one of the bags or one of the products to make bath bombs, it used to be, I can't remember now. I think it was $70 for a 50-pound bag, and now it's $150 for a 50. It's like, what? I'm gonna have to charge like $20 a bath bomb. Like it's crazy. So I don't know. I was all gung-ho to start, right? Because the fall is starting, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start this fall, and now I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait because that's just crazy pants. I'm gonna make some for Christmas and stuff because everybody's getting some handmade stuff this year. There we go. And that's another thing. You know, I talk about reading books and stuff, and I applied for my library card, and they said, oh, it should be in within 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Like, where's my library card? So I don't know now if I should go in, and maybe I'll call today and say, I ordered a library card. Can you give me the number over the phone, or do I need to go get one? Like, what's going on? I just want ebooks. I just want the Libby app. And I read book 1 of a series by Tessa Bailey. It Happened One Summer, I think it's called. It Happened One Summer. And there's a second book, and it follows the sister, and I'm like, I want to read the book. I'm so much like that. Like if I start something, I just want to finish it. You know, especially like book series and stuff. Like I just want to finish it. And I tried to find it because I have Scribd, and sometimes they'll have ebooks on there. They have the audiobook, but I want to read it with my eyes. I'm already listening to an audiobook right now. I don't like to have two audiobooks going on at the same time. Plus, I read the first one. I just want to read the book. You know, I read it really fast too, so it's like, I know I can just pump through this book. And then I know even if I get the app, it doesn't mean that it's going to be available. So I might still have to wait a month or so. So now I'm like, should I buy it? But I don't want to because I just have so many books and they're just, the wax is all gone. Like I said, this one is a little hard. Like I wish okay. I just pushed right through that. Okay. Maybe the puppy power was just a little too strong right there. Okay, but I have lots now in there. I guess I didn't want to wreck the puck, but it doesn't matter because when I go make the shampoo bars today, I'll make a couple of more. The new mold is supposed to come in today. Yay. So it fits the new tins. Now I didn't order any more tins because I want to make sure. Okay, now we got the mold. Let's try it. And then I'll order more tins for the second team. And I don't like to wait last minute for anything. So I'm going to get those done right away. Now, soaps and all that, I got enough to give everybody soaps for Christmas, so I'm not, I don't have to rush and get those done. I have a bunch. I had no more shampoo bars, so I'll make shampoo bars and coordinating conditioner bars, which I love both. I love both the conditioner bar and the shampoo bar. Here we go. We'll put that in there. What should I do now? We've been doing yellows for so long. I feel like I want to do blues. So I think I want to do number 9 because that little lonely thing over there is number 9. So that is number 27. And the other one we just did was number 26. And this is DMC 796. And the one before that, the yellow, was DMC 783. Because I think I forgot to mention that. I'm anxious to see. I have an eye appointment on December 1st, and I'm thinking, we're gonna need some new glasses because I can see this, but I really need to concentrate on the diamond painting. So if you're a diamond painter, and I'm thinking if you're watching this, you're a diamond painter, right? Or you could be a scrapbooker and you're scrapbooking and you just want to hear chitter chatter. You want to feel like you're not alone in your scrap room. And I'm thinking, even diamond painting, it's not as if you're watching me diamond paint, right? It's more, I feel like I have somebody along with the journey with me while I'm, diamond painting. I can just listen to someone just chitter chatter. I like doing that too. I like watching, I like watching people clean too, which is, I think it's encouraging, right? Like the one before that, I had a few people say, oh my gosh, You know, I'm so glad you put this up because I need to get back to mine. So it's the same thing with like cleaning and stuff. It kind of encourages people, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to do that. So that just kind of gave me the motivation to get it done. It's like the comment, I think her name was Christina, the comment from Christina saying, oh, I miss your diamond painting videos. Are you ever going to do them again? And I went, oh my gosh, you know, it has been forever. And unfortunately, if I don't do it, so it's for a video, I don't do it. I don't sit down and say, I'm going to diamond paint for 4 hours today. I've never done that, ever. Unless I'm filming it, I don't diamond paint. I think I did a few times where I did maybe an hour without filming way back, probably like 2 years ago. And I did it a few times and then I was like, oh, you know what? I should film doing this and then just chat, right? So then once I started doing that, then I just do it all the time now. Well, no, that's not true. That's the only time that I diamond paint is when I film it. Because I feel like, I don't know, somebody said the other day, you just have too many things that you want to do. You're so right. I think it was Karina that said that. You're so right, Karina. I just have too many things that I want to do. I have, you know, plans. And most days I get quite a bit done. And usually I can go, maybe like 3 or 4 months where I'm doing a bunch of stuff every day. I have to say my productivity has gone way low compared to before since I broke my wrist, because now my wrist gets super tired and I need breaks. So let's say I'll do 3 or 4 things this morning and then I need to take a break. I need to just give it a rest kind of thing. Because if I push it and I do a whole bunch, then I pay for it. I definitely pay for it the next day because I'm in constant pain and I don't want to be taking painkillers, you know, all the time. So, but I'll do, you know, like 3 or 4 hours and then I'll take a break. And then, you know, I'll try to maybe in that time upload videos to my computer, that kind of stuff. Maybe read just to really kind of relax. And that's why I want the Libby app, because holding my book for a long time hurts too. So I have to, you know, move over to my left arm holding my book. But if I can do the Libby app or the Kindle app, but the Kindle, you have to buy the books, right? And the Overdrive or Libby, you can just borrow the books. So I'm trying to get away from buying books anymore. I'm really trying to get away from that. Oh, I started reading last night, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I'm only 25 pages in, so, but it started off with a bang. Like, it didn't start off slow. But we had hockey last night, so I didn't have too much time to read, and it was like 5 to 6, and then I kind of prepared supper. What I had done was those vegetables that I talked about that we like to do, just cut up a bunch of vegetables and I put olive oil, a whole bunch of spices. I had that all cut up. and ready to go. And I put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the fridge, while we were gone. And then when we got home, I had thawed out chicken. And then I just put a bunch of spices on the chicken. And then we just stuck it in the oven, and then we watched TV. Well, look at the mess. We watched TV while supper was cooking, but it was kind of late by the time it was ready, because 5 to 6, lately my daughter's been taking the equipment home, but she was going to a friend's house and she didn't want to have to hang his clothes or his gear up at the friend's house because it's pretty stinky. So we had to wait for him to get undressed. Although I have to say I was impressed yesterday. I think he was done in 20 minutes. So normally it's like 30 to 40 minutes before he's undressed. Ugh, he's so slow. Slow as molasses. And anyway, but that's still like 6:20. We live half an hour, 20 minutes, 22 minutes from the rink, if not a little bit more, maybe like 25. So by the time we got home, it was almost 7, right? And then it was like 45 minutes to cook everything. So, especially the chicken, right? And the veggies were ready in half an hour. But the chicken, I want to make sure that we don't get sick. So, but then we ate, and after that, I think I read, I don't know, maybe a chapter, and I was like, I'm ready for bed. It's getting late. It was a long day yesterday. We got a lot of things done that needed to get done. So, and then today, our new internet provider is supposed to show up. I wasn't gonna start filming anything because there's nothing worse than I start making a scrapbook page and then I have to stop. So I'm like, oh, well, I can do this. They usually call first. So then I can just do a quick outro and just say, okay, they're here. You know, they're going to be here, because he usually calls and literally 3 minutes later he shows up. Why bother calling? But anyway, I'm going to at least get this done. So then I'll have my Wednesday video done. I got to sit down and work out a schedule. I know Mondays are going to be scrapbook process, which, I have to do the voiceover today. I got to do the voiceover for that. I wanted to do it before they came. I forgot about that. See, that's where I need to write things down. If I would have looked at that this morning, I would have went, let's do the voiceover first, because then I can get it up on YouTube before we don't have... Well, if anything, if he still can't do it, we're not going to cancel our other internet provider. It's just he might have to put it down for a while today, but we won't go all weekend without it. I always worry about stuff like that. Like, what if they cut off something? Which could happen, right? What if they cut off our electrical thing and then, the electricity to it is cut off? So that's why I wanted to get most of that stuff, like the Patreon stuff. I want to make sure those were all uploaded and ready to go, because what if something big like that happened? Then I don't have to worry. The stuff is all up there and safe. Do you know what? I'm looking at that. I hope I know where the rest of my diamonds, they should, because this is empty now. So I hope I know where the rest of my diamonds are. It should be in that drawer where I found this. Should be. I'll look for it after. It should be in a big baggie. Usually that's how I keep it. I'm gonna have to make sure to replenish some of these colors, I think, because I just finished this little jar here. So it'd be nice if we could finish this section today before he gets here. So this morning I got up and I was like, well, I think I mentioned that before. Hubby, emptied the dishwasher that we had put on last night before we went to bed, but he doesn't finish stuff off. So I, kind of finished stuff off. So everything, oh, I hit that again, sorry. So I just finished stuff off. I vacuumed again, and I can tell you, my son is at his friend's house and he lives quite far away. So when he goes for like a couple weeks. I think he was gonna come home today or tomorrow, like this weekend. But now they're calling for like snow and everything. So I think he's gonna wait till next week. No sense putting yourself in danger, right? Wait till it's nice out. So no dogs, no dog hair. Ugh, what a difference. Like I normally have to vacuum every day, and then I just finish and I'm like, now where was this hiding? Like, was it just hiding under there until I vacuumed and then it just said, haha, here I am. You missed me. Like, just drives me nuts. My husband complains because I keep the vacuum hose out. I'm not going to put it away because you know what? Every 15 minutes I have to suck up some more dog hair. It drives me insane. Insane. I love doggies, but I do not love vacuuming hair. And I already told my husband when, all the kids move out and they can do what they want with their puppies, they can bring them here when they come and visit, but we're not getting any more. One, I want to do stuff later on and I don't want to have to worry about a dog. Like when we want to do like big vacations, I don't want to have to ask somebody to watch my dog. I don't want to take it along with us because there's a lot of stuff that you can't bring dogs on, that kind of stuff. Not that I don't love puppies, but I just don't, I'm tired. I'm tired of vacuuming dog hair. I've been doing it since before Josh was born, because we got our first dog before Josh was born. So 25 years, we've always had a dog. So I'm kind of done. Kind of done. I can understand people want to have pet-free homes. It does make it easier. And you can say, oh, get a non-shedding dogs. It's not guaranteed. The dog that we have right now, they told me it was a non-shedding dog. He is the worst that we've ever had. And I know other people that have golden doodles that their dogs doesn't shed, but you can't, there's no guarantee. Just like they told us that our dog was going to be a medium-sized dog. He's 100 pounds. Medium-sized dog, my eye. He's a big dog. He's huge. He's gentle though. He's gorgeous. And he's a nice dog. Nothing against the dog. I don't want your fur. And they're not cheap to feed, right? Those dog bags, man. Dog food bags, they went up in price too. So, they're trying to convince me to get another dog. You're all, like, you need to get your head examined. I'm not going to cave on that. Because I cave. I said, I'm not caving. It's not happening. Not happening. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to work on that recipe to make it stickier. I'm going to work on that recipe to make it stickier, the wax. I know I can do it. Just a matter of playing with it. And I love the challenge. I love the challenge of, oh, I need to try to make this. And then I'll work on making it. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Woohoo, we're almost done with the 9s. Then we'll move on to the Ys, I think. To the Ys. So what else? What else? I could tell you a little bit about my trip every time. Because, I mean, it was 44 days. There's no way that I could tell you about the entirety of the trip in one video. So first of all, we left on June 26th, that we left New Brunswick. June 26th, and we got back on August 7th in New Brunswick. We stayed at my mom's overnight because we had already done like an 8-hour day. So it was like, okay, we'll just sleep here overnight and then we'll go home like the next morning, which we got up nice and early, no sleeping in. I was like, I want to be home by noon. I want to, set up, kind of clean the trailer and all that stuff. We get home. It was the hottest day of the summer. I think it went up to 43 degrees, like with the humidity. So yeah, it took us the whole vacation, it would take us like 20 minutes to set up. It took us an hour and a half almost. It was just so hot. It was like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna get done. So we finally got it done, set up, but then we're like, okay, we're done. We're done for the day. We'll, clean up another time. We just need to chill. It's been a long 6 weeks. Our friends, they have 2 jobs. They have their full-time job and then they work at a restaurant on the weekend, just, for extra cash. And so on Sundays, they usually work and then they bring us supper. So we got home on a Sunday, so we didn't even have to make supper that night, which I was kind of over eating at restaurants, but you know what? It was so hot. We're like, ugh, we'll just do it. We'll eat restaurant one more time. And we've barely ate at restaurants since, like maybe now it's once a month, maybe once every 6 weeks. I'm just, One, because of cash, like you gotta pay. I'm like, it's way cheaper to eat at home. I'd rather eat at home anyway. It's healthier. You can make healthier choices, So, but anyway, so 44 days was the day, how long our trip was. There was 5 of us that went. It was my husband and I. We took my mom and her husband and my grandson, Mason. We have a Ford F-150. And I have to say, I was impressed. Our trailer is almost 33 feet long. So I found it was enough room. Like at the end, we were like, okay, you know, it's a small space for 5 people for 44 days, but we had plenty of room for everything, right? Everybody's clothes, all that stuff, which, you know what, when you're on vacation, you don't stay in there. It's not like when we're at the beach where we live there. When you're on vacation, you leave between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning, and you come home between 7 and 9 o'clock at night. And then it's like showers, which a lot of the campgrounds had showers. So the boys would go at the the shower place and have their showers. And I went quite a few times too at the shower place. Like if we all wanted, like if it was getting late and we needed to get something done quickly, everybody shower, we would all go at the shower thing and just have showers. And one of us could have a shower at the trailer, right? And because otherwise it would take forever for everybody, and then you'd run out of water and blah, blah, blah. Okay, what is that? Okay, I think it's this thing here. I don't think those are dots. No, they're the little, this. See, for me, I know this is circles and that, but from that far away, is that a triangle or is that a circle? So I'm pretty sure it's this. Pretty sure, like 99.9%. But there's enough symbols. Choose something that's different, way different. One is, and like, even if one was orange and one was yellow, then you would, or blue, but they're pretty close in color too. So it's just a darker shade. It's all good. We got it figured out. So we'll get this done. So yes, at the end we were like, okay, we're going home. Yay. Although it was kind of twofolds, we were happy to go home, but at the same time, it was like the trip of a lifetime is coming to an end too. So that was kind of sad. Is that it? Wow. That was quick. That was sad too. We mostly stayed at campgrounds. We thought maybe we would do like Walmarts and stuff like that, but we found Harvest Hosts instead. And to us, that was way more fun than a Walmart because it was usually at farms or wineries and stuff like that. So, Mason had a blast. They usually had dogs, and he loves dogs. And he would play with the dogs, and he got, he got to see 2-day-old baby twin goats. And then one of the farms we stopped at, when we got there, we saw the mama cow. And we're like, ooh, she is close to having that baby calf. And we went to bed, and the next morning we went in, and she had the baby calf like just a little bit before we went in there because the mom still hadn't, I forgot the Y there. The mom still hadn't gotten up. We think there was another one in there. I think she was having twins too. And the baby calf still hadn't gotten up. Like I got videos of him trying to get up. It's so cute. So he saw some pretty stinking cool things. And another place they were selling eggs, and we bought a dozen eggs. We would have bought more, but you have a small fridge when you're traveling. So our fridge was pretty full. So we bought 1 dozen, and they had breakfast, a few mornings with fresh eggs. And he got to pick the eggs right from the chickens. And so it was a cool experience. Those Harvest Hosts. There was another one that was in Quebec. What was I doing? Oh no. Was that number 4? Yes. Number 29. Okay. I keep forgetting what I was doing. That it was like like a distillery of some kind. They were closed by the time we got there, which was kind of sad. And the next day they weren't opening till like 12, and we're like, we can't stay here till 12. Like, we have like a 10-hour day. It was our last leg. I didn't need that much in there. I just needed this. It was our last leg, so it was like, we got to leave first thing in the morning, like 7. And, but they were really close to a wharf. So that night, like when we stopped, we went and walked on the wharf, and oh, it was so nice. Like, it was really nice. We had a blast. And so just those kinds of experience was totally worth it. And of course, this was just driving there and back. But then when we actually, were places for like a whole week or 4 days or whatever, we got to do so many amazing things. Let me see here. P was 11. See, I gotta keep I gotta put like right across from here so I remember what I'm using. Okay, let's see. Let's do maybe the little line thing, the dash. Is there a dash? That looks like a dash. Oh, right there, number 13. Number 13, let's do that. So a lot of fun things. We only drove during the day. That's, it took us months to plan this. I'm not joking. One, to find campgrounds was nasty. It was so bad. We started in March. We were going in June. We started in March, and every night we would look. And some places, I think people just booked as soon as it opened, especially provincial parks, without knowing whether or not they were actually going to go. They just booked in case, you know what I mean? And then they would cancel. So we had to look every day, and that's how we found the one at Lake Louise. Somebody canceled, and we're like, we'll take it. So a lot of our trip was based on how we were able to, find campgrounds, especially in those places. Like certain places, like in Vancouver, we camped in Burnaby. That was fairly easy to find. Edmonton was easy to find. On the way back, Winnipeg, we got our days. Although I have to say, when I booked it, they were like, there's 2 campsites left. So if you want it, you better book it now, which I was anyway, but I was like, oh, yikes. So a lot of people camping this summer. A lot of people camped last summer. A lot of people traveling. We saw people from literally all over the world, which was awesome. It was just nice to have, a little bit of normalcy, I guess. The best way to put that. And people were so friendly, like everywhere we went. At the campgrounds, people were just chitter-chattering, and, well, we had Mason too, so Mason will talk to everyone. So it was pretty good. It was a pretty, good experience. We took, I think, 6 days to get there, which 3 of those days, okay, so the first stop was in Quebec. Then we did 3 nights through Ontario. Ontario is huge. 3 nights to Ontario. Then we did 1 night in Manitoba on the way there. Then we did 2 nights in Saskatchewan because it was during, it was Canada Day. So we wanted to make sure that we were stopped for Canada Day and actually enjoyed Canada Day. So we got there the day before, we stayed for Canada Day, and then we left the next day. And then we made it to Alberta the next day. So it took us 8 days, you know, to get through. And that was a good way because, shoot, what was that? I didn't do it. I got to put it here. That was 11, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, no more. And then we stayed in Calgary for 5 days because from here to out west, there is 4 hours difference. So that's a big adjustment. So we kind of did it so that our bodies kind of adjusted, you know, on the way there. And then we did the same thing on the way home. And I'm so happy we did that because there was no big jet lag. Like we didn't get there and we were completely, you know, exhausted that we couldn't do anything. I have to say I was exhausted before I went, so that didn't help. But I still did stuff all day, every day. And then I would just go to bed really early and, you know, get a good night's sleep every night. I was asleep by like 9:30, 10 o'clock every night so that I could, you know, go all day the next day. But, and then we stayed in Calgary for 5 nights. 5 nights. We stayed there 5 nights, and then we went to BC. We stayed at a Harvest Host because it's a good 10-hour drive, 11-hour drive. It's a long drive. We weren't going to do that in one day. And especially the first way that we went, we took the 1 West, which is the worst highway to take. It was so scary. I did not like that. I'm like, we are not coming home that way on the way home, which I think we had kind of planned that anyway. It was a good thing, but we would have canceled whatever we had booked. We would have canceled and we would have found something else because I was not doing that again. Most times I had my eyes closed because, oh my gosh, it was bad. And so we stayed 1 night again at a Harvest Host, and then we made it to Burnaby, BC. We stayed there 9 days. We went to Vancouver Island 1 day. We should have maybe, I don't know, maybe done less in Calgary. Maybe we should have done like maybe 3 days in Calgary and then saved the other 2 to maybe add a day in Vancouver. So we could have stayed overnight in Victoria. And, you know, I think 2 days we would have, if we would have left first thing in the morning, like on the first ferry, which leaves at 5:30 in the morning, and then the second night taken the last one out, then we would have had a full 2 days and stayed at a hotel. I think we would have had enough time to do everything we wanted. That one got stuck, doesn't belong with this, so I'll just take it out. Okay, so now we're gonna do, what is it, 52, and it's 3826. So, you know, little things like that. And then we had like, so we stayed there 9 days, and then on the way back, we did 3 days in Banff, and that's another thing. I wish we would have done, you know, maybe 5 days in Banff. And I don't know, maybe 5 days in Jasper. Yeah, so I don't know. That means it would have had to have been like an 8-week vacation to do that. I don't know. I don't know where else. But see, we stopped in Ontario on the way home and did 5 days because we had Mason. If we wouldn't have had Mason, we wouldn't have done Wonderland and all that stuff. So I guess those 5 days could have been spread out between Banff and Jasper. That would have made the difference. We could have done, because we had 3 and 3. So we would have done 5 and 5. And then we still would have had that one extra day to do at Victoria, right? And then if we would have only done 3 days in Calgary, we could have extended something else. You know, we didn't go to Whistler, so we could have maybe done, 11 days in BC, so we could have done Whistler. And it's so hard to plan that stuff when you're not there. You're planning from far away. So, but like I said, we weren't going to do Ontario. I'm like, we can do Ontario anytime. Like, it's 2 provinces over. It's a 18, 20-hour drive. Like, we can do that anytime. But I'm like, Mason really wants to do stuff in Ontario. So we did it. No regrets. No regrets. And you know what? He still says that his favorite day was Wonderland. So you know what? He had a blast. He says, I just wish we would have done more than one day. We did the one day because we did Toronto Zoo one day. And then we did that another day. And then we went downtown Toronto for another day. What else did we do? Because he wanted to go see where the Toronto Maple Leafs play, his favorite team. And then we did something else. What else did we do? Oh, we went to visit my cousin for one day. And the day that you get there doesn't count. I mean, by the time you set up and everything, the day's gone. The day is kaput, gone. Okay, we're going to do this little symbol right here, which is 677. How are we doing on time? 51 minutes. Okay, so maybe in 10 minutes we can probably get most of that done. That's pretty cool. So let's get as much done as we can here. Even if it goes over the 10 minutes, I'll finish this guy here. The little dragon. Yeah, so what I did was, I wrote down before we went, day 1 to day 44. This is what, we're going to be. We used Google Map and said, this is how much travel time that we think we can do safely in an amount of one day. And then we would look for campgrounds in that general vicinity. Oops, sorry, hit it again. General vicinity. Sometimes we had to go, an extra hour, or we would take away an hour to get to that spot. Okay, what is number 1? Let's do number 1. It's number 1. So it was a lot of planning, but I'm glad we did that planning. I don't think we could have went there and not planned the way we did, because, I think that's an iridescent one. Because a lot of places that we went to, it was like, we're full. Like, no camping. I think my wax came out, so we'll put it. Oh yes, those are bad for taking the wax off out of your pen. Okay, let me get, I think I'll get my little wax crayon here and try to do that, because then I don't have to worry about taking them off. I don't know if that's going to work either. I know people say gentle touch, just, put them on. But then if they're crooked, it's like, you got to try and straighten them out. Oh, it's not fun. I'm glad there's not a lot on some paintings. I know people are like, oh yay, I love the iridescent. I'm like, I love them once they're on. I don't love to put them on because I find they're a pain in the tushy. I forget what I was saying now about the trip. Oh, yes. So I'm so glad that we did the planning that we did, because a lot of places was like no vacancy. Like, you're not getting a campground if you didn't plan. And then what it's okay to stay at a place like Walmart for a day, But you don't, there's no water, there's no toilet, there's no, you need somewhere to recharge your battery and all this stuff, like, yes, we have a solar panel, but you need to be able to put it out and recharge your battery, and the electricity that you get from that is not the same as being plugged in, I'll tell you that. Doesn't last very long. So, and you always have to like watch and that stuff. So I'm glad we did the planning that we did, because then during the trip, it definitely was worth it, because I'd get up in the morning and my husband had put everything in a PDF. So I would just open the PDF, get the address of wherever we were going, let's say campground. He had done that for the campgrounds, not necessarily for like an outing, because then I could just use Google for that, right? But our campsites, and then I would just get the address, put it in my Google map, and then away we went. We would have our directions to go. But both my husband and I are pretty organized like that. That doesn't work if one of you is like, let's go by the seat of our pants, right? And the other one's like, no, I need to know everything that we're going to do. And it's not as if it was written in stone. Well, the camping was, because you can't change that. But like one day, it was like, oh, we're going to do Vancouver Aquarium. And then we get there and we're like, hey, that's the same parking lot as Stanley Park, which we had Stanley Park written down for another day. And we're like, you know what? We got to pay $15 in parking to be here. We're doing the aquarium, which it wasn't a big aquarium. So it worked out perfectly, because it's not as if like it took us a long time to do the aquarium. And then we went and walked Stanley Park, and it was awesome. So that, Stanley Park was actually on another day's schedule, but it was like, oh, we're doing that today. So we don't have to pay parking twice, because we only had time to do stuff like one time. It's not as if we could go to Stanley Park like 2-3 times. Our agenda was full. Our agenda was full. Like we did. Oh, there goes the wax again. Yeah, it's taken me twice as long to get these done than the regular colors. It's all good. So, what did we... And the way we did it too was, we didn't do Banff and Jasper like when we were in Alberta. We went to the furthest west that we could, and we stayed there 9 days. And then on the way home, we did those. So we stayed another 9 days in Alberta on the way home. And one of the reasons we did that was there's an hour difference between Alberta and BC. So you gain an hour, but when you're on your way home, you lose an hour. So your body has to get used to that. So then we went there and we stayed 9 days, right? Like we were 9 days out west. So then we got used to that extra hour. And then on the way back, we stayed 9 days in Alberta, which we lost another hour. So then we stayed there 9 days, got used to it. And then once we were there, then when we started moving again, we were actually starting to make our way home. So then we went to Saskatchewan. We stayed there one night. And because on the way there, we stayed 2 nights in Saskatchewan, on the way back, we stayed 2 nights in Manitoba, in Winnipeg. And that was pretty cool. We enjoyed that. And so there you lost another hour. So then we stayed 3 days there, right? So then our body got used to that time, or, you know, a better chance. And then when you get into Ontario, you lose another hour. So then we stayed there 7 nights because Ontario's big to drive through. So we, you know, there was 2 nights that we stopped because we were driving, and then we stayed 5 days near Toronto. It was near Barrie, Ontario. We stayed there 5 days. So then our body got used to that, so that when we started again, so when we hit the New Brunswick border and we lost another hour, really for our body, it was like an hour. So we, you know, it wasn't like a big shock to the body. So I really like the way we did that. Both ways. Both ways, I like the way that we did that. And like I said, a lot of time and planning on our part, but I'm glad we did it. I'm so glad we did it. Okay, let me see. How are we doing on time? Okay, let's do the bracket. What is the bracket? 39. I don't know if we can finish all of this. I don't know. I think we'll stop after the brackets. I think I'm well over the hour, or really close to the hour. And I think those iridescent one kind of slowed me down. I probably would have gotten half of the other ones done. I should have kept the iridescent for when I start it next time. So that's kind of like the overview of everything, like from day 1 to day 49 or 44. Now on the way there, we did end up stopping one place and did a hike, and it was beautiful. It was in Lake Superior. It was awesome. I'm glad we did that. We also stopped in Thunder Bay and did the Terry Fox thing, which was pretty cool. Like, we were able, Mason had heard obviously of him before, but to go there and hear the whole story, you know, because I pulled it up on Google and we talked about it and read what it, you know, everything that it said and how old he was, and, you know, and that nowadays, you know, that's kind of sad. Not sad. It's a good thing, but it's a very highly curable cancer now, compared to when he got it, right? That's just medicine, right? And but sad for him. Awesome that now people have such a chance, you know. So we did that. What else did we do on the way that was, you know, kind of nice? Well, like I said, we did Canada Day in Regina, which was kind of cool. To do, you know, Canada Day in another city that we've never been to. So that was nice. They did it up good. Lots of entertaining, lots of people. There was a lot of people, but it was good. It was a good day. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good time. I think it seems to me we went for a bit and then we went back to the trailer, or we went for something to eat. We went for something to eat. I can't remember if we went back to the trailer. And then we went back later at night because it was a long day and it was hot. So sometimes you just need a little break, you know, and then go back. So that was fun. Yeah, I think we'll just finish this. I'm kind of running out of things to say. I'm still watching the originals. I'm just watching one episode a day because I don't want to finish it. Of course, I went and Googled how it ends. I don't do that with books, but TV shows, man, I bawl. So I want to prepare myself to the bawling. And so I know how it ends. So now, I didn't know there was a spin-off called The Legacies. Of course, I can't watch it. I don't get that channel wherever it plays. I'm like, that's not fair. I'm gonna have to buy it. Because it's about Hope, which is their daughter on the originals. And I'm like, I want to watch that. I don't know if it's still going on, that one. I think there's 4 seasons, but I didn't look to see if it's still happening. I know the originals, it's done. It was done after 5 seasons. And then the Legacies is still going. Or I don't know if it's still going, but that has 4 seasons. So I was hoping to find them really cheap on Amazon, like $10 a series or a season, I should say. No such luck. But I know that I think what I'll do is I'll just buy one season and I'll put the others in my cart, and hopefully, they'll go on sale at one point. But once I'm done watching season 1, then I'll order season 2 and watch it that way. I tried it was cheaper. I could watch it on Apple TV, I think it was. But it's like $40 for the season. Like, it's not free. If I could just subscribe to Apple TV, because I was subscribed to Apple TV. That's what made I cancel my subscription. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? If I gotta pay for something else, then I'm not going to subscribe. And make it reasonable. $40, like I can get the DVD for $22. So no. So I cancel my subscription. Plus, it's going up in December to $8.99. It's like they get you, with the smaller amount, and then it's like, oh, I missed those. Well, I got to do those. They're the arrows. I already did those, didn't I? Or are those different? Oh, why would they do that? I did arrows, didn't I? Oh man, I'm losing my mind. Didn't I do arrows? Maybe not. I thought for sure. No, I didn't. It's number 5. Wow. I thought I did arrows. Whew. Okay, we'll finish the arrows since I thought I did them anyway. So let's just do it. So, yeah, so, I don't have Apple TV, which, you know what? I think I had watched, there was only one thing I watched on there. I can't remember what it was. Was it the morning show? And it's not going to be on for a few more months. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying $8.99 a month. And then that's the only thing I watch. I'll just keep track of when it's going to be released. And then I'll subscribe for a month. And then I'll cancel it again because all these subscriptions are costly, right? Okay, I think I'm going to end it here. Next time, we'll finish that and then we'll open up the other one. But I got other stuff I got to do today. So that's it. Oh, and I started asking at the beginning. So if you do diamond painting, what diamond painting are you working on right now? That's what I want to know. What diamond painting are you working on right now? So leave it in the comments down below. But that's it. I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.